Most of the cars were of very high quality, especially with the V8s and a stack of Porsches. Certainly made it very interesting. But before we go on to the presentations, firstly I want you to thank the officials, because they worked a little bit overtime tonight. They're supposed to finish before it got dark, and now it's dark. So put your hands together for the officials.
Yeah.
We'll be back up here in 2 weeks for the first night meeting. What we're going to do first off, the HQ's had their little hour of power, and went out for 2 30-minute races, and it certainly ended up pretty interesting. As we said in the note, I think in your sub-regs, or in an amendment to your sub-regs, there will be only one trophy given to each winner of each category and each event today. So, but I will mention the people who finished in the HQs in third. Put your hands together for Stuart Kenny Mel Beale, who finished third. Sergio Alfieri Graham Johnson finished second in the race. And Ron Jensen and John Wood took first. They're both here.
John.
Hi, Sabine. Thank you. I'd like to thank all the officials for a great day. I'd like to thank my crew, Ryan, who had to go home, for helping us get me out of the car mainly. And Spud's coming over. Thank you.
Firstly and foremost, I'd love to thank all the officials that came out, all the flaggers that sat on all the points, everybody that was involved and volunteers for helping out this meeting. It was absolutely awesome. This is my second time at this track and I absolutely love it, and I'll be coming back, that's for sure, especially if this man invites me back at any stage. Secondly, I'd like to thank this man and all the Jensens for putting me up this weekend. His pit crew as well did an awesome job. Didn't have to do much, the car just ran beautiful all weekend. And every HQ driver out there, and also their wives and pit crew that helped out, so thank you very much. This award I think should go to the 100,000 more diggers that gave us this opportunity to protect our shores, so thank you to all the diggers.
Well done. Lace waste again.
I think what we'll do today, Wanneroo 500 included a number of categories, a number of classes, and there's one trophy for each winner in that class. I'd like to do the classes first before we do the outrights. In Mark's sports cars, yes, they were classified as a finisher, though they didn't finish. Mark's sports cars went to George Bradbury and Grant Johnson. Right here. Okay, saloon cars, Mark Jolly, Excorio, and the Commodore. Right here. I'd just like to thank everyone out there that raced with us today, and I hope we didn't hold you up too much, because we did get lapped a few times, but we had fun doing it, and I hope you enjoyed having us out there. And thanks to the other slew car guys, I think you've done a great job.
People, thanks. This is a huge surprise, because I think most of the day, apart from having a big grin on my face, we've been wrestling getting the car up the trailer with one wheel missing at the back. Obviously we broke some suspension and you had to go and camp out there. But a great day, some fantastic cars out there. It's really absolutely outstanding performance from those guys. I just hope that when we have one of these next year, we have a lot more people here. We have maybe other events on the same day. All the best, people.
Mark Sports Cars outright, Michael Patrizi and Margaron. They did.
Yeah, Adam did a super job this weekend. It's nice to be beaten by the rule book. I mean, a notepad. So it was a good weekend. It was a lot of fun. Again, Adam did a super job, and the guys at K-Tech, thanks very much for bringing me over from over east for the one round. Me, Dan Gorn, thanks very much. I'd like to thank Mick for coming over and give me a hand. Only very new to this, so for him to come over and give me a hand, I'd like to thank him very much. All the boys at K-Tech, couldn't have done it without you. Should have gone first overall, but can't help bad luck, mate. Thanks, guys.
Well done.
Moving on to streetcars, he normally runs a saloon, but I think he had a different engine in the car this weekend, so he runs a streetcar. In first place, Rick Gill, Robert Malcolm. Before we get on to the outrights, just one more class. Of course, sports sedans. Matthew Hanson, Kay Bell.
So, thank all the guys from Racing Dynamics and my dad for coming. Kate for being a good co-driver and sticking in there. So, cheers.
Just like to thank all the officials, two boys from THR, we had it in all day. Matt for having an awesome drive, awesome last stint, really had to pull it through. And fastest all day, fastest winner. Thanks, guys.
As I said, the rebirth of the Wanneroo 300, this is the inaugural rebirth, and we hope we can keep it going for many years. Many of the circuits now have a long distance event, whether it be a club or a national event, and it's time we get back to it. Would you people down the back? I was just going to say that all circuits in Australia now do have some form of long distance event for club racing or a national series, not looking at V8s or anything like that. We wanted to respect the fact that the Wanneroo 300 had been around since 1975, and one of the most passionate people about the Wanneroo 300 when he first got involved in motorsport was Phil Johnson. So we decided to call it the Phil Johnson Trophy for the Wanneroo 300. I'd like to, Phil, please come forward. Phil was just talking to me earlier and just said, well, you don't honour people until they're dead. Well, he's alive. But Phil was always passionate about the 300, and he got involved like many of the guys did when it was at its height. Unfortunately, it slowly drifted away, but we brought it back. But Phil always talked about it, and we decided that when we would bring it back, Alan Letcher's had a lot to do with this, and we thought, well, we thought of all different names for the trophy, but we thought it was very respectful of Phil, not just because he was a competitor, twice-time president, and also a great motivator to this club when we did a lot of redevelopment of the spectators areas. So I asked Phil to come and do the presentation, or would you like to say a few words first, sir?
Thanks, Rob. I always thought in my career, which wasn't real much, but the Wanneroo 300 was always the highlight of my career. We've had some good races here in the old days with, we used to get the likes of Perkins and Brock and all sorts of things in the 300. And the Wanneroo 300 was the highlight of the year. At the end of the year, you had to rebuild your motors next year. It was the last race of the year normally. And it was a way of just getting that extra value out of your car and sharing that pleasure with a couple other drivers. And I feel so privileged to be able to have a trophy, also so humbled I'm just absolutely ecstatic that the 1 through 100 is up and going, and each year hopefully you get better and better and get back to the glory days that it really was, when you got a full field and just unbelievable. And I thank you for the privilege of having a trophy. Thank you.
The trophy will present. Each driver that shared the car today will get a trophy. There's also a perpetual trophy, a larger one they don't get, but their names will go on that and it will go in the glass cabinet, and hopefully every year we'll add to that, or they might try to add to that. So ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome great performance by these two guys today, Matthew Hanson, Kay Bell.
It's a great event. I was stoked when I found out that it was happening here at Wanneroo at home. It's great to come home and finish off the year here at home.
Yeah, I'll back up what Matt said. Thanks to everyone that supported the event. It's a very promising event to get it off the ground again. Thanks to Phil for backing it. And yeah, we're just getting behind it. Better again next year, and thanks to everyone. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, guys. Well done. Before we go, I don't want to go through all the names and that for the participant medals, but if you're a participant today, whether in the HQ race or in the Wanneroo 300, please come forward after we finish, and you may get a participant medal to commemorate this meeting. So we hope you enjoyed it. We're back here on the 27th of November. I hope you're back here then. Thank you very much. Don't forget your medals, guys.